Hi Scorpio, this is your horoscope for July 2017. Thank you for joining me. It's really nice to be with you today. Now, from the 24th of June until the 20th of August, the Sun, which represents your identity, conjuncts Mars, and Mars is the archetypal male principle. So the Sun is in Cancer at the moment, and the Sun is your identity. So when it's in Cancer, the things that make you feel most strong and powerful within yourself are things like nurturing others, being of service to other people, taking care of other people either intellectually or emotionally, spiritually, physically, or by creating a sense of belonging, nurture, and making someone feel like they're cared about. Mars in Cancer as well, that's at 20 degrees, 1 and 2 is a relationship. Mars in Cancer traditionally isn't particularly comfortable in that sign because Mars prefers to move ahead. Mars in Cancer can be irritable, but also Mars in Cancer has a desire to be of service to other people. So those are conjunct for the whole of July. So there's going to be a strong desire to be of service to others. Mercury is also in Cancer here at the beginning of the month. It will stay there until the 7th of July, okay? So the first week here is all about nurturing others, taking care of them, but it's in the 9th house. So you're concerned about the well-being of the world, of the state of the world in general. I think you're really going to be concerned with what's happening politically, and I think you may get involved in some sort of a cause because you really care about what's going on. You are concerned about things that are happening, and you're going to make the decision to choose one particular thing that bothers you, to focus on that, and to try and put action into place to make a genuine change. So you're becoming something of an activist here at the beginning of, or in July really. On the 5th of July, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, she moves out of Taurus and she goes into Gemini in your 8th house, and it stays there all month. Venus is the planet of love and beauty and creativity, and in Gemini she loves to express herself, to be creative, to try to express herself in different ways, and there's a real sense of optimism there. I've got something wonderful, beautiful, joyous in here that I want to share with the rest of you, okay? And Venus is placed in the 8th house of bureaucracy and institutions and red tape, and combined with that energy you have in your 9th house, the Sun and Mars, you're going to love using your voice in a creative way to affect change in the world and to try and make changes. So if your cause is, you know, politics, or if it's fracking, or if it's nuclear power, or if it's 0-hour contracts, whatever your cause is, you're going to feel a strong desire to get creative and to do something about it. And please, we need people to do something about it. I sign petitions. I don't feel like they ever make a difference, but I do feel that people protesting and getting together, I really think that makes a difference. And I think people who care, and I think people who work hard at making changes are so important, because even if things don't happen overnight, they do happen over time. If you look at the civil rights movement, if you look at the gay movement, all of those things, they started with individuals saying, this is something in the world that does not sit right with me. I care about these people who are being abused, and I'm going to do something about it. And those people starting those things then turned into a movement, and that's why we've got change. So you're part of that. On the 7th of July, Mercury, the communication planet, moves into Leo until the 26th of July, and that's in your 10th house. So Mercury, the communication planet in Leo, is at its most public, at its most charismatic, at its most out there in the spotlight, comfortable speaking to crowds of people, and really addressing large groups of people and having communication reach globally. Mercury is in your 10th house of career. So when it comes to your work, there's really the opportunity to express yourself and to add something to it that really excites you, that really you think is an essential part of what you want to be doing. When it comes to your working life, I think you're going to really enjoy the work that you're doing this month. I think you'll be fired up by it. I think you'll feel on track. What I do think is that you're concerned with is social issues, and that's going to be your primary focus. So Mercury stays in Leo in your 10th house until the 26th, and then it goes into Virgo in your 11th. So from the 7th of July until the 26th, Mercury is in Leo in your 10th house of career. So if you have to make public appearances, speeches, between the 7th and the 26th is the best time for that. When Mercury goes into Virgo in your 11th on the 26th, it's much more about taking stock of what you've done and how things have had an effect or not. Looking at the analytics, looking back on what has been done. So the main area of activity here is the beginning of July through until the 26th. That's when things should be public, and that's when you should be making yourself appear. So if you're someone who's retired, this is also a great time if you've been drawing to exhibit your art between the 7th and the 26th, or to get your writings sent off to a publisher for consideration, all of those kinds of things. On the 9th of July until the 26th of July, we've got Mars, the archetypal male principle, still in Cancer. It now squares Uranus, which is in Aries in your 6th. So the focus here now is on your day-to-day routine, taking action, and looking at whether that action is actually creating any change. And if you feel that you haven't made any change, you will take a different course and you will try again. So Uranus is the fail-safe mechanism here in your chart, Scorpio. So you really want to affect change, okay? You'll be doing that for most of the month. But with Mars squaring Uranus for this majority of the month as well, you're really going to be somewhat unstoppable because you've got an idea in your head and you're going to see it through. So make sure that you explain what you're doing to other people who are in your life, who you're close to, family members, partners, friends. You know, if suddenly you start to become an activist and they've known you for 20 years and you've never done anything like that, then get them involved, tell them what's happening, tell them what's going on if they want to support you, if they want to join you. But it's really about getting your point and message out there and really being an activist. If you decide not to do anything, that energy will feel frustrating. It'll feel like, oh, I'm restless, I'm ill at ease. And that obviously doesn't feel good. So you need to get rid of the energy by either working on some cause that you care about or by having a creative outlet. Also on the 9th of July, we've got the full moon in Capricorn. I'm going to make a separate video on the full moon because they can be quite complicated. But for you, Scorpio, it happens in your 3rd house of communication. So the full moon is a completion point. It showers us with its Capricorn energy. And your communications are really going to make a change, and you're working towards transformation and affecting change. That is your goal here. You may see something happen during the full moon, maybe some sort of success or the first kind of signal that this is going in the right direction. But it could be that you just feel encouraged, that you feel like, yes, I'm on the right track here. So it's about really picking your issue, communicating and working towards it. That is what all of the energy is geared up towards. So that full moon is going to shower you with that energy 8th, 9th and 10th of July. That's when you can expect this energy to be strongest. And that's what you'll be working with for the rest of the month. On the 21st of July, we've got Mars going into Leo. And Mars now goes into Leo in your 10th house of career. So you will really want to, again, make things bigger, expand them. You have no problems with publicity, getting your message out there, public speaking. It's also a great time this month for you to advertise your business and to make sure that you exist. So the two things really that Scorpio is going to be focusing on this month is activism and work. And you're balancing the two things. You're really going to do well at work, and there's a lot of fire and there's a lot of ambition and desire to succeed. On the other side, that there's this emotional need to fix something that you see in the world that you want to work against. So keep that balance and focus on both things. You can be successful in both areas. On the 23rd of July, we have the new moon in Leo. So that desire to work and to get your message across and to expand your business or your work, or to make yourself known much more, to get more people to know that you exist, that it becomes even stronger on the 23rd because the new moon pulls in energy. So all of this Leo, passionate, fiery energy is going to be pulled into your 10th house of career. So from the 23rd of July until the end of July and into the first and second week of August, you're going to have this huge amount of creative energy to put into your work that can really make you grow and expand and get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So success in your working life, don't forget about the activism. Okay, so that's what I get for you this month. If you'd like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. And what I do is I draw up your chart. I look at your place of birth, date of birth and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, I can either rectify your chart or I can use sunrise. Draw up your chart, and by analyzing that, I can see what your strengths and weaknesses are, what your vocational aptitudes are, what your life purpose is, and by looking at the progress chart and transits, I can look at what's coming up in future. So what's coming up in your career, your finances, your love life, your health, your family. If you're thinking of moving, I can look at the astrocartography and see what parts of the world work best for you. So if you're interested in that, then please get in touch via the website. If you like my videos and want to support me, then please hit the subscribe button, and I'll speak to you next month.